This video is for those of you that are in the very beginning stages of getting into the sync licensing industry. Maybe you're on the fence, not really sure if it's going to be a really good fit for you and your music, or maybe you're really convinced it is going to be a good fit for you, but you just don't know really how to get started and you want some more guidance with it, okay? What I've been doing in the background for the last couple of weeks is putting together a very powerful free course. It's going to be 100% free for all of you, okay? And it's specifically targeted at those of you that are brand new to the world of sync licensing, okay? I get hundreds of emails every single week. And a lot of the questions that I get are obviously repeat questions because a lot of the same questions just tend to pop up all over the place. And so what I decided to do, rather than to continuously always reply the same answers to dozens and dozens of producers every single week, I decided why not put together a sort of jam-packed, completely jam-packed, like maybe a little overwhelming, I'll be honest. It's a lot of information jam-packed into less than an hour. It's one video and it's one course basically that answers all the most common questions about basically how do you get started and how do you really become a key player and a successful player in the TV film sync licensing industry. Now, if you've gone through my 5-day course, this is my free 5-day course, I cover some of these topics there as well, and you can always go enroll in that if you haven't. I do recommend it. It's a great starting point for many people. You can get it in the description box below. But this video that I'm doing right now, this free course, is actually going to go into some more depth and in some more knowledge and some more areas that I didn't cover extensively in the 5-day video course, okay? So even if you've gone through that free 5-day course, this is definitely something that you don't want to miss out on. It's going to be something that's definitely going to enlighten you. Even if you feel like you have a fairly strong grasp on how this industry works, I can guarantee you at the end of this 1-hour video, less than an hour, you're going to learn something that you didn't know before. You're going to discover something very powerful that can set you ahead of the competition and maybe set you ahead of where you were going to be if you didn't know this stuff, okay? I'm going to go through just a little quick list of the things that you're going to discover and learn in this free course video, and I'll tell you how you can enroll in it right after this, okay? So first of all, you're going to learn the 3 things. There's really just 3 things you need to get started in TV film sync licensing. And I can almost guarantee you everybody watching this video right now has these 3 things, and if you don't have all 3, you can get these 3 things very quickly. It's not going to take you long. In fact, by the end of the day, basically, you'll be able to have those 3 things if you need them, okay? Secondly, you're going to learn who the key players are in this business, like what companies, agencies, types of organizations out there can actually sync your music to their content and get you paid both upfront sync fees and back-end royalties. So you'll learn all the different players that you can basically be in business with in this industry, okay? You're going to learn how royalties are generated and then eventually collected by the PROs, ASCAP, BMI, and foreign PROs, and then delivered right back to you for those quarterly royalty payments. There's a lot of confusion about that. People don't really know how that works. I'm going to demystify that all the way. I have this really awesome, easy to follow chart, and it's animated, and it shows you exactly how the entire process works. So you know what you're getting yourself into, and you can know what to really expect from this industry, okay? I'm going to tell you which PRO pays better for TV placements. Some of you guys watching this probably know which one I'm going to recommend because you've been watching me for a while. But those of you that are brand new, I still get that question all the time. Jesse, I'm in the US, ASCAP or BMI, or your foreign PRO. Which one should I join? I'll tell you my opinion and what I've seen personally in my career in this industry, okay? Next, I'm going to give you my 10 production rules to get the biggest placements possible. Production music is basically what we produce in this industry. It's not radio music. It's not artist music. We're not making beats for rappers and that kind of thing. We make what is called production music, music that needs to land behind or sometimes in the foreground of TV shows, movies, commercials, radio, and now growing online streaming content as well, okay? So I have these 10 rules for basically how to ensure your tracks are following them, and so you're not going to be either rejected, first of all, by music libraries. Those are the key players you need to partner with. Or even if you do get accepted by a library, that your tracks don't just sit on their shelf and collect dust and all the other writers and composers on their catalog get all the placements. I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you. It's happened to me in my career early on. I've had a lot of tracks sit there and collect dust, and I had to just basically learn it the hard way, make those mistakes, submit bad music, basically unlicensable music, and learn years later, wow, that stuff really didn't do that well. I need to change my approach. So you don't have to make any of those mistakes. I'm going to make sure I show you those 10 production tips to make sure you don't do what I did, okay? Next, I'm going to give you my big number strategy and specifically break that down for you for how I was able to start creating exponential growth with my royalty checks. That means literally doubling upon doubling upon doubling, okay? That's definitely possible for you as you get further into this industry, but it requires a certain approach that most producers usually don't have it built into them innately, because this is such a unique industry and a unique segment or a niche segment of the music industry that most producers and artists, songwriters, bands, they're just not up to par with what's required to get to that point where you're building exponential royalties on placements that you earned years and years and years ago. I uploaded a video on this channel about a track that I produced 10 years ago, and it out of the blue just came and earned me over $1,500 for one placement. It was a couple seconds long. I mean, it's literally a tiny little placement. Boosted up my royalty check quite a bit. It was really nice to get that surprise in my bank account, directly deposited. Okay, if you want to learn how to do that kind of stuff, these are the sort of this is the strategy. My big number strategy will definitely help you for. And last but not least, I'm going to tell you about the most common, I call them career killing mistakes. I mean, these are real things that I see time and time again. Producers that get excited about the licensing business, get involved, and then burn out, and they can't sustain their career long enough to start seeing those royalties. And sadly, what happens is they quit the business, and about 2 years later, they start seeing these royalties pull in, or sometimes even just a year later, these royalties start pouring into their bank account, and they go, oh crap, I didn't know that I was on the path to do this. Now I want to sort of hustle and try to get back into those libraries I was working with and sort of backtrack all the progress that I had made, right? I don't want you to do that. I mean, I know that some producers are able to make that sort of second chance and get back into the business, but if you can just avoid all of that nonsense in the beginning part of your career, you will be miles ahead of where you would have been if you make some of these mistakes and burn out and don't continue on with the industry. So a big part of this entire course and all of these tips that I'm giving you is about managing your expectations realistically, okay? I don't want to pump you up with full of just so much hype and fluff about, oh my gosh, millions of dollars and all these huge placements. Definitely a lucrative industry, definitely possibilities out there for sure for that kind of stuff. But I want to make sure that you are aware of, first of all, the work that it's really going to take. This is going to take work. It is not a get rich quick scheme, okay? You got to have a long-term mindset. You got to be ready and willing to dedicate your career to this exclusively. I know that some people feel that they can kind of add this onto their career if they're doing artist music or trying to push the social media stuff. I mean, there might be opportunities for that as well, but if you really want this to be your full-time income, where you don't have to go to your day job and make some boss rich, and you want to work for yourself and become self-employed, this is going to require a big chunk of your focus. So I want to make sure that you guys are realistically aware of what that can really be and what that can really take. Okay, so that's what it's all about. So here's how you get enrolled in it. Here's how you can get started. Now I'm going to be releasing this week coming up. Okay, I haven't exactly figured out which day it's going to be, but this is all you have to do. Join my mailing list, okay? So the mailing list is what you joined if you signed up for my free 5-day course before, or if you downloaded any free PDF or any sort of thing that I've given out before and asked just for your email in exchange for it. You're already on my email list. If you're getting my weekly emails, you're already on it. If you've never joined my email list, you've never gotten any emails from me, the link will be in the description box below. Click on it and just join it. I'll actually put a link to my free 5-day course. So while you're waiting for this one to be ready to go, and I'll deliver it to all of my subscribers this week. I promise you guys I will do that. But while you're waiting for that, definitely get started with the free 5-day course. You'll get a lot of information there. And then with this new one coming up, you're going to be supercharged. You're going to have that much more information and that much more edge on the competition out there. You're going to have a lot more information and guidance, certainly that I so wish that I had 11 years ago when I got started in this industry. I didn't have any of this stuff. I was kind of just taking a guess, stabbing at things and seeing what worked. If you don't want to go through that heartache and headache and waste time and energy and money doing it the hard way, then just enroll in this free course. It's absolutely free. It's going to be less than 1 hour. And I guarantee you, like I said before, you will learn something by the end of it that you did not know before. So it's definitely going to be worth your time.